Man, my coffee machine's getting slower. How's it going, everybody? 18th of April, it's 8 o'clock. I believe it's a Friday. Not many of them left in this month. Probably. Is it the last one? I don't know. Windows won't show me the calendar right now. Nope, there's one more. Okay. So we're in the penultimate Friday. I hope you're all looking forward to an interesting weekend. I know I am. I'm going to be working on a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be like crunch time, basically. But I'm so glad to be here. Once more, here we are. And don't forget, if you're watching live or if you're watching later, the Discord. There's a join link. It's in the description. Stop dooning. Join the Discord. Fernicar's here, Battlecruiser operational. Kirk Curtis giving me a wave. Apolloni Art says evening girls. Dragon Diffusion is launching fighters at the Battlecruiser. And Full Dive Media, hi, how are you doing? Good times. So as you can see, we're on episode 114 of the Latent Space Live Show with me, Drift Johnson. This is Scuffed Epoch, formerly 5 Below 5 UK. We had to change the name. Caused quite a bit of confusion. Got the members video. Got a new main channel video coming up to explain the name change. And basically, this format is going to be expanding. So look out for that. Over on the Civet, we have a couple of new Loras. We've got the oil painting style, which I trained on those oil paintings, which we were using as image inputs. And also another video model that was trained with Civet before they turned off the feature, based on Buster Keaton. So we're not going to be doing the video stuff today. I'm saving the video model testing for tomorrow, just so you know. And we might even do an early start, just because it's, you know, video training takes longer. Video testing, you know, just rendering video in general. Although there is something that we might take a quick look at from the setup point of view, because it's still experimental. We've got a new KeyGI feature, so watch out for that, coming up very soon. In Writer's Room tonight, we're going to be looking at the latest incantation of my Empire book series. Book 3 is now done. The Temporal Pincer was a success, and the Private's death was earned, which is nice. Just getting my laptop out, guys. I think I already transferred the data. I think I already did it, but let me just make sure. Wait a minute, did I even write any more? Yeah, I did. I finished it. So let me just get that ready. Oh, are we in the right? Yeah. This is a hymn. I'm just sort of having a bit of a fart because I just, trying to remember where the hell I am in this. Okay, we're going to take it from here when we get there. All right. So yeah, obviously the books are up on my, if I just type Empire 3, that'll take me to Google Docs, and then we can show you the vital statistics. So there's 128 pages with 69,000 words in book 3. This is an epic. I will admit there were some things in here which I would definitely edit, change, take out, because they don't make sense. And I think the reason is because when I wrote the book, it didn't have the the supplement. I think the supplement must have not been attached, or it was ignored. I don't know if it's because the narrative bucket has become too obese and I need to cull it. It could be something to do with that, because there is a length at which point the context window will start to forget the most important things that were at the top of your narrative documents. Do you know what I mean? And then it will, It's an interesting thing. But I think the solution is to actually just summarize everything. But like I said, we're not looking at that. So yeah, Buster Keaton, we got a new Buster Keaton model, we got all the prompts, the training data, you'll find them there. I've done like an analysis of all the tokens that are being used here. So that's Buster Keaton. Like I said, we wanted to make that ages ago. Really, it's a test data set. I'm going to make the data set better and better, and then we'll use it to train a variety of video models with a variety of settings. So this will be like the Assassin card, I guess. Because as you can see, it doesn't actually use the images. This isn't Buster Keaton. It's just the style. And to be honest, it's actually a little bit too good, you know? The quality of the video was way, way lower than this. But anyway, that one will get better in subsequent versions. As for this one, I forget. Oh yeah, these are 512. So when we published the model first time, it's like 512. So we're going to have to make better. I think I actually have made better images already. But we'll get around to uploading them. Obviously, if you missed yesterday's show, we have Outpost style, the detective video and style video, the Empire style video. Those are all for Hun Yuan. And then we've also got the image model for the Westwick. So that'll be Westwick, detective and the style. And then there's detective and the style in image model, sorry. And then we got the image model for that. And then this one was delayed. Airship Cities and Interiors is out. We showed it on streams ages ago, and for some reason it got overlooked. So that's actually that is actually out. Okay. What else? Added some new workflows. So we added new workflows to Flux Tools. You can see them here in Paint and in Paint Advanced. I'm going to be downloading this one because I want to use that one tonight. In fact, hang on, have I already got it on here? Wait. Yeah, I've already got it here. This is the one. Yeah. So we've got it already. And then that would be the old method that used SDXL to clean out things. And then upscale it. So we've got, this is like the old way of cleaning. Just removing an image and then like smoothing it out. So I have that there for comparison. And then that is spoilers. Yeah, that's spoilers. And then obviously we're making a bunch of caption lists, so a whole bunch of new caption lists have been put up. In fact, let's just get on top of that right now. Prompts. So in the DJZ nodes prompts folder, we have new ones. So let's get rid of that zip. So we're going to go into prompts, and then we're going to go upload and add more. So I'm just going to do all of them except for that one and that one, because those are top secret. Okay. Double check the list. Yep, that's all the recent ones. So then, you know, you can get them from Civet, you can get them from DJZ nodes. They're already in the Zenkai loader if you're up to date. Oh, look at that. I got some, I wonder what this is. Jitter node. How to adjust the speed. Interesting. Perhaps this deserves a new node to properly expose additional variables or math expression for effect over time variation. It's a good idea. Maybe he already changed the code, whoever this person is. There is a pull request. Oh, it's something else. Update GitHub action. What? Eh? Oh, they changed it. Alright, well, it's yours, so yeah, you can change the thing that you put in my thing. Alright, cool. Hopefully I've done that. Wait, did I have to do something else? I don't remember. I think that's it. Yeah, it's done. Okay, maybe that will fix it. Because it was broken, remember? It was never updating. And I couldn't figure out why. I kept pushing the new version and people kept getting the old one. I was like, oh man, sucks to be me. Oh well. Right. So, with that all being covered, we get back to the sort of big project, which is the DJZ Empire and the DJZ Empire style. So, let's take a quick look at the outputs. White guy. Spoilers. Fodder. Oh yeah, I did try Castle Crashers. Fernica asked me if... that's actually an old prompt, which I decided to run again with this model combo. Just make that a bit bigger. It's like I'm on top of it. You literally can't see a thing. Okay, so that's an old prompt that was hidden in a node. But anyway, here's the thing Fernicar asked me to do. So yeah, it doesn't look like... I mean, look, I could probably do more. But anyway. So we came up with... do I have to I just have to double check this for the YouTube. Hang on. There's like 5 nipples in there from one painting that managed to stay in the collection. And it's so annoying. It's like, who cares, man? It's fine art. I think I must have already weeded it out by this point. So what I want to do is I want to collect some of these images, because some of these images are brilliant. I'm going to divide them into 2 things. 1, blockhead, and 2, you know, good to go. Do you know what? If there is a woman like that in there, I tried, YouTube, you annoying people. I tried. Okay, I tried to vet it, even though there shouldn't be anything racy in here. You know how it is with, you know how it is, guys. Right, so, these are the upscaled, these are the upscaled images. So, what I want to do is make a folder called Blockhead, because I want to give them blockheads within painting, and then the other one is good, and I'm going to go new tab, new window, and I'm just going to throw them down by my feet somewhere. There we go, that'll do. Right, so this one, the background is quite cool because it's got the proper robot hats in the background, so I'm thinking maybe we could try putting a blockhead on this guy, right? So, blockhead, right? And that one's pretty good, but you know, it's a bit of a strange pose. I've noticed that that's the back and this is the front, you see? It's so unfortunate. His upper half is the other way round to his... Do you know what I mean? You can see he's like leaning. Am I the only one that sees this as the back of him? With the, like the head and the legs are backwards? Hey, Dominic, welcome. What's a member? Do you know we've actually got, I think, 10 members, something like that. And I appreciate every single one of them. Says, what's a member? I don't understand, says Dragon. A member is someone who donates to the channel. God bless him. Yeah, great to see you, Dom. He says, hello from Dubai. Beer time. Back in UK again next week. Oh, man, I missed him the last time. Hopefully I'll catch him this time. Yeah. Yeah, last time I missed him. I was too busy. I couldn't get away. But yeah, we are curating Empire. So I like this, but it will teach the AI that it's the back of the guy. So that's not good. Okay. Where's Ben-Hur? Hey, we might actually have a bit of fun with that sort of stuff. Because look, when it works, it works. We get our machine Empire aesthetic. So, that's not a blockhead. Hang on, I need to get it so it's like I've got the 2 folder icons so I can be sneaky. So, that one's going in the good pile. And then we've got the prints. I love these. It's actually a painting of a kid dressed as Henry VIII. And it's a really cool outfit. And this, like, trying to convert it into robot mode, I'm probably going to have to take a couple of them, but, what did it do? Did it do something strange when I dragged it in there? Yeah, it did. Nuts. Where'd it put it? Oh, we're having fun with Windows. So we got one in there. Ah, it just didn't refresh. It did work. It's just... Windows. Okay. So yeah, that one's going in the good pile. What do we got here? So we got loads of these ladies with machine heads playing on the harp. A little bit strange, but that one is actually quite good. Okay, again... We have this thing about the aristocracy are allowed to have a face. So this one's actually good. What's this one? This one deserves a blockhead. I think we'll try put him in the blockhead pile. See, this guy already has a machine head. See what I mean? There is some weird stuff going on now. So what I'll do is in the good pile, I'll see if there's any, like, edits. That one's pretty cool. Again, he's like a robot toy soldier, you know? So, yeah, that's going in the good pile. I'm keeping the upscales as well, because even though they're going to get shrunk down, it'll still benefit from being upscaled or not. You get more detail. Sometimes you lose a bit of stylization, but it's usually beneficial, so... I think she actually needs a blockhead. She already almost has one. It's like... That needs a blockhead. He's almost there. This guy's a bit too Destiny, and maybe we could try painting his arm again. I don't know. But that one is... that's good. That one is also good. I love the robot dogs. Look at these robot... greyhounds, I think. That one's going in the good pile. That one needs a blockhead. That one needs a blockhead. I mean, he kind of already has a blockhead, right? But that one is a bit too abstract even for me. That one is excellent. Probably one of the best ones. Put it in the good pile. That guy needs a blockhead. See, we can save the ones that are good. Ooh, that's an interesting head design. It's kind of small, though. Put him in the blockhead pile. Maybe we'll give him a larger helmet. See, that's good, but there's too much face, so I want to see if I can fix that. This guy needs a blockhead. That guy already has one. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice pose. It's a bit... This over here is just a pile of stuff. And that's too human-like, the helmet. I tried to deviate away from crash helmets if I can. Anything geometric, anything is... Man, that face. Good detail on the harp, though. I'll pass that, though. That's a good one. I'd actually keep that as is. She's clearly important. Tried the blockhead for that one as well. That's actually alright. Like I said, the good pile might still be subject to a little bit of inpainting and trickery, but that one's clean. Very clean. He must be really important. He's got a tiny head. Yeah, good to go. We've already got one of her. That's a nice, really good background. Let's go blockhead mode. Yeah, see the difference? I mean, you can even see that probably on the stream. The difference is quite pronounced. It does lose a little bit of its stylization. So, but you might say they're just artifacts, which get smoothed out, which is what I'm trying to get to this. And I know if it's a little bit noisy, it'll get there better. But if you look at the original, it actually has more of an oil painting aesthetic to it, which kind of goes away when I do the upscale. But I probably could put oil painting in the upscaler prompt, and then it would, I don't know, we should probably try that. But that's a keeper. That's a bit... he needs a blockhead. Again, too abstract even for me. This one's always good. I might even like remove background with this one. Oh no, there's a mistake. He's got a foot coming out of his backside. That, like his right leg is his left leg and his... Otherwise that would have been a good one. Never mind. It's like broken. This one as well, look, it's like broken physiognomy. Could try a blockhead on that one. Interesting. That's that guy again. Blockhead, please. That's a good one. That's a keeper. Oh, it's too small. You can't bloody see anything. There we go. Keep that one. Keep that one. Oh, wait, what? I thought there's no way we're finished. What? Where was I? Lost my place. Oh. Yeah. It's Windows. Windows. Okay. Another harp. That's a bit dull. No. No, they've all got the wrong headgear. I've already got a good one like we've already got a good one like that. His hat's a bit suck. I mean, too red. The background's cool, but I'd have to clean up. We could always, we could clean it up. He needs a blockhead though, for sure. Blockhead. I don't even know if we can do blockhead. Oh man, look at it. It took suddenly to the top of the list again. I'm getting scammed. He needs a blockhead. Oh my... Windows. Okay, so are we? Okay, I think we know. I think I know what's happening here. Windows keeps putting the files not in the folder I'm dragging it. Is that what's happening? Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, got some duplicates. Right, that's it. Because Windows is dumb, I need more Windows. I'm not making it up, that's literally what's happened. So we got block out and good, okay? So there we go. Now I can just drop them into those two. Because having the folders there isn't reliable. Okay, I think blockhead. Okay, I think we're back in business. We've already got a bunch of these. It's not very good. That is a good one. It's a bit vague, but it's all right. Nah. A bit messy, bit. See, can't figure out which way round they are. That's crazy. Just give him like a porcelain face. That is something that's in the book though. But I still think we need to blockhead that guy. It's still not big enough. He needs a bigger, blockier head. We've got a bunch of them. Oh, that is a good one though. Oof. Oh, it's resetting me every time. I'm getting scammed. Big time scammed. I think we're nearly finished though, to be fair. Wow, that's really good. Shame about the hand over here, but see how the upscale is kind of lost a bit of character there. I think we might have to address that. Ah, now that is a good one. 39 I was at. Yeah, she looks aristocratic. Ooh, that's a bit too robotic. Oh my god, it's got an old man's face and a barcode on his forehead. Hitting some strange vibes. That's quite clean. Actually, probably the best one. 48. That's very good as well, but I've already got a bunch of those. What's this? That's excellent. 56. That's actually a lady. And he's turned it into a dude. The legs don't work. The legs don't make... Oh, wait, no, they do. He's got his right leg over his left. Just strange. Needs to be masked out and get a new background on it. I'll put it in keep. And then it's something to come back to. That's too wild. Oh, that one's kind of clean. Give him a blockhead. Ah, there we go. We've met in the middle. I think. Yeah. We've met in the middle. Okay. Alright. And these ones were a little bit... Turns out anime was easier to convert. So... Gotta pick out the good ones for this one too. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. I think I lost the plot early on, and then I like went back to the original config. And obviously this is image to image with some Thora stuff. Yeah, we're hitting some interesting... We'll eventually get enough images that will be consistent enough to be used. It's a very messy I just screwed it up. I accidentally clicked and dragged. Oh, that's cool. Crazy mask. So it's probably like that one. That's the same technically. So I only want to use one of that image. Otherwise it will make like, say if I used that image and train them together, it would make like 1,000 versions of in between it, so, or 1 billion versions of in between it, I should say. It's a bit messy. Already got that one. Yeah, go with... Oh. Train them both. It's the best solution. Copy that. And this would be emissary stuff. And then I guess I need another folder. What a nightmare. Let's just do it in do it in the data. Just do it here. Just do it here. In my dataset folder on the NAS. Empire Rev. What's it? Empire Rev 2. One folder. Blockhead. 2 folders. Good. 3 folders. What just happened? There we go. What are you doing? Come on. Screaming at the computer. It doesn't know what to do. Poor thing. Okay. Sneaking. Are any of these good? It's quite abstract. Make a good poster, I guess, for Warframe. Buy the new Prime Aluminium. Illumina Prime. It's coming out the vault, guys. So, Empire image to image. So this is the actual main folder. And we've already been through this one. So I did have a go at using my anime backgrounds from the airships model, right? And we end up with stuff like this. I think we should make this a bit bigger, don't you? It's too small. We don't need that no more. Right. Come on. Build bigger. Build back bigger. Right, so there we go. So we've got the normal on the left, the upscale on the right. Not a huge difference, I know, but it does get bigger. Each is about 5 meg per file. And like I said, this is actually kind of nice. It's giving us this... You see what we're doing? We're expanding the universe by developing the Lora, and then doing more writing, and then compressing the writing back into captions, and then blending the captions with previous work, and the style model, and just keep going. Just let the universe feed itself. And look, we've got soldiers running around, cool interiors. This is all my stuff. These are my interiors from my previous work, right? They've just been restyled for Empire. And look, it's starting to turn into like, I could see this like being made, like, it's coming to life, guys. They look awesome. And all this is loading Active Megacity, which is a subfolder of one of the Thora anime models from SDXL era. And the style is so good. I just got to paint a few blockheads on. In fact, look, his blockhead's already good. But yeah, I'm very happy with these. Obviously, if you don't like the look of these dudes, paint them out. Oh my god. He's got a rifle. He's part of the wall. The soldiers in the walls. Yeah, I think the temporal pincer thing was so crazy when I read it. I was like, ugh. But it was very heavy on the technical stuff because it is like robot sci-fi. We might actually like switch gears and go to a completely different genre at some point, because I'm enjoying this vibe, right? But there's one thing I don't like, and that's the propensity for the AI to make everything technical jargon when it's got anything to do with AI. You know? Like when AI tries to imagine itself, it just turns into binary code. It's like, blah, 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 blah. There's a 25% chance of the protocol configuration reconfiguring the protocol. It's like watching Star Trek The Next Generation, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just exaggerating, but it's one of those, if you're into this sort of thing, if you're into sci-fi and you like, you know, military dramas, you're gonna like the book, because it will be like keying into those aesthetics. But if you don't like that kind of thing, you're gonna be like, it's so dry and repetitive, because soldiers are always saying the same stuff, you know, on my lead, clear, secure, moving to point Delta. It's like, oh, I wonder what the next point they're going to move to is. And it's, you know, like when you watch that kind of stuff, it's very formulaic, because they're trained, you know, they have to do things a certain way. So I'm like actually okay with it. It's something I was talking about in the chat and a little bit on the stream yesterday, and a lot with a friend last night. This idea that, for example, with this image, I'm still trying to get this into the right words, guys, so you'll have to forgive me. But it's like this image here. If this image here represents a communication on my part in visual form, if this represents, whatever this represents, is typified by the images, the color, the composition, everything. So if I was to say, oh, I don't like these wires, I'm going to in-paint out all these wires. One, I'm not representing the style accurately or truly. And two, I'm just creating loads of work for myself. Like, why would you do that? Just don't put wires in the prompt and make it again. I bet you there was wires in the prompt, or there were wires in the dataset. So it's a curation and a prompt engineering issue if you don't want the wires. But I did want the wires. Now, I didn't program this building to turn into a person. There's a person there in a suit. But you know what? I was thinking about this. Just leave it in. I'm coming to a strange sort of position where I'm like, it's AI. Did you like it? Do you know what I mean? Like, did you like it? Because if you liked it, does it matter? I don't think it matters. I think if you liked it, you liked it, and it doesn't matter how it was made. I could have made it with toilet roll and ink and like rolled it across the page. Okay, I'm not saying that I can. Just as a sort of example, like I didn't intend for there to be giant statues of people, and my I would be like, if I was in like AI, you know, oh, we're going to in-paint out this or turn it into a building or something like that. And yeah, you could do that. But I'm starting to come to this weird position where I'm like, if I take a picture of something and I airbrush it out, it's not the picture anymore. And it's sort of like, if I generate this picture like this is the picture. So I shouldn't feel the need to change it. Because the errors that we get rid of are actually the character in the image sometimes. And look, I appreciate I'm being quite abstract at the moment and whimsical, okay? But it's kind of like the music that you listen to right now. The music that's on the radio, it's all AI. I made it all with various AI tools and mastered it and mixed it and all this. But I didn't ever think, oh, I need to change that one beat. That song just didn't come out. Do you know what I mean? I just made a different song. And it's the same with the images. Like if I don't like the image, I'll make another image. And if I like the image, I like the image. So why do I need to change it? If I need to change it, it's because I want to do something, you know what I mean? Like with the in-painting thing, I want to make some of these guys' heads, blockheads, you know? See, there's nothing that needs to change here. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Is it a little bit AI weirdness going on? Yes. Doesn't need to change. Because I think, like, you know, like this is the style. So if I'm like, this is the style, I don't need to change it, do I? I don't know. And the reason I'm doing this and talking about this now with images, because look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful to me. I don't care if some of the images don't quite make sense or whatever. That's the world. That's the world of Empire, okay? It's like if you went and looked at some artist's work, you wouldn't be like, oh, it's not very realistic. That's not the point. As long as it's consistent, which it is consistent. Yeah, sure, the colours, you know, saturation's going up and down a little bit here and there, but on the whole, it feels like some kind of universe, okay? Yeah, it's AI. Okay, I'm an AI artist. I'm proud of it. So yeah, it's like, if I was talking about this earlier in the chat, if you get ahead of the fact that you're an AI artist, the only criticism that anyone has is that you use AI. And that's like saying, oh, well, like imagine, oh yes, I'm an artist. And then someone in the room goes, well, you do use a brush. And by owning it, you've basically destroyed any criticism sounds weak because, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's just taking shots at some guy and for no reason. That's what you end up looking bad because it's like, well, yeah, I'm an AI artist and I'm proud of it. Everything I do, everything I've worked on for years has been AI. We've been working on these processes for so long. And so it's sort of like, you know, I know for a long time people didn't want to mention it, didn't want to talk about it. And it was a point of contention, do you know what I mean, for a lot of people. And I think we're at the point where it's like, it is what it is. Like, you wouldn't try to make watercolor look more like oil painting or, well, that's a bad example because you can do both at the same time. But I'm trying to say, if there's a style, you don't go, oh, well, it could have been more photographic. Do you know what I mean? That's not the goal, is it? So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And to be honest, I've got more images than I can curate now. It's going to take me a while to go through all of these. See, that one's excellent. Even though actually there's a... I hope that's a window. So let's look at a different folder anyway. So we have some more experiments with Thora. We tried to do some action shots. That one came out okay. Is that... I don't know. That looks like... It looks familiar. I swear I've seen... Is that a Necron? Renaissance versus Picasso. You would not want either to be the other. Interesting. Interesting point, Dragon. You're not wrong. And like I say, some of these are coming out okay. What I'm effectively trying to do is shotgun blast concept art and then collect the best ones to define the character, or to better define the character. Yeah. But it's experimental, you know what I mean? You get some good ones, you get some bad ones. Some of them are really cool, but they don't quite hit the mark. But I think it's a good experiment, you know what I mean, to mess around with. Image to image with previous stuff that you already made. It doesn't always work. Oil painting of a robot sniper. That's really funny. Because of the detail of the face, it looks like there's like a Renaissance face. Oh man, I'm dropping that one in the image sharing. It's pretty funny. Where is it? There we go. So yeah, this is shooting directly at the camera. I mean, that one's pretty good, but it's a strange composition. That looks very... It's kind of cool though, the stylization. Don't know about the red eyes though. Oh my god. Can't even make out what that was. Look at this. That one's pretty cool. It's a crazy gun. It's a little bit anime. But then these are all based on an anime input image. So if it's not anime, that was an achievement. I like the stylization on that, but it's not like that's like, you know, it's, well, illustration doesn't have to be like a direct scene, you know. There's a lot of misses in this. Oh. It's not too bad. It's like you'll have to lower your expectations a little bit, because sometimes it doesn't quite work. That one's pretty good. It's just a bit too, you know what I mean? Is the aesthetic right? No, doesn't really match. But it's a great test to see how good the model is at following the prompt with the image, because this is the thing. We're actually using a randomized prompt for this. So sometimes the reason it's wrong is because it's not even describing what's in the image very well. We're just using common phrases to try and key into the style, so that's not too bad. Interesting. See, and also at the moment the style is quite unrestrained, so like as the versions go on, you end up with a tighter definition of what the style even is, and that will either break it or make it. Because it's not really an anime story, if that makes sense. But all of these were good images, and we've got quite high denoise and a depth model. So that's not bad, but there's like extra bits needs cleaning up. It is following the style well though, which is nice. See, that's a good one. See, it's like out of 320 images, no, it's actually 160 because there's upscales in there. But see, we're going for this like armor plate hair thing, because it's not a real head, it's a fake. The only thing is that's not porcelain enough. But again, like that's something which you can train the character and then prompt porcelain face. So if you really need that, it's like something you could achieve. We're doing some action shots. Action shots are always a bit iffy, and we're not using a pose or anything. So it's literally just depth. That one's a good one. That one's a good one. Bit weird background, but the background isn't under control really. Everything you see in the background is totally random according to the style model. So I think it's like doing a pretty good job. That is a good image. The porcelain face thing, it's like the Ghost in the Shell is what you really want. So I might have to train a geisha, like a geisha face model or something. Because in the lore, they all have the same face. I wanted to make it like a thing, so we have to do it. So then when you come to make an illustration model, you know, say if this was the face, they have to always have that face. You know what I mean? Because they're robots, right? They're not people. They don't have skin. But then again, I guess it's one rewrite away from you saying, oh, actually, the robots, but it's real skin now. You know, it's completely up to you, you know, what you want to do. I like to set a little challenge, so obviously the female character in the story is a robot with a porcelain face. They have the face of the Empress. We talked about it on the stream the other day. Man, these did not come out well. By the way, these were being made by one of my clones, so I'll slap him later for not getting the workflow settings right. Oh, that was interesting. Look at that face. We're going Golden Age. It's like two people. It's like a Siamese twin with one head, but, you know, it tried. Oh, wow, that's a funky helmet. That, again, it looks like Warframe. It just looks like Warframe to me. This looks like the cowboy Warframe. It's almost exactly the same in many ways. Isn't that his gun? Clone turned into... Yeah, I had to mulch that clone, guys. His outputs were not satisfying enough. This is good. That's really good. If you were going for, like, anime, man, if I could get every image like this, please. I'm going to drop that one in the image sharing. If you want to see any of the images that I've been dropping, you can obviously join the Discord. Discord links in the description. I'm only dropping a few of them. See, that's a good one. I don't mind the masked aesthetic. Even though it does look like you're wearing like one bra on your mouth, but... See the difference with the upscaler there? To okay. Often the upscaler would come in and save the day. And obviously you can do even more with the upscalers. So this is the sneaking set. And I think this is where things started to go a bit weird. It's not always a bad thing when things go weird, because it can get increasingly experimental. But you eventually end up with some winners. So I probably already posted a couple of these. Yeah, I already posted a bunch of these. That one's probably one of the best ones so far. Very gauche. Very gauche. Oh my god, there's even more. Ah! I tried just using photos. Yeah, so just photos of the street, DSLR. So that's the original. And do you know what? Let's just... Come on, matey. Can we not get any bigger than that? Is that as big as it gets? What about now? There we go. Oh, man, right, there we go. So this is the original output. If you look up close, look at all... Look, this exposes the style it learned for, you know, gauche style oil painting. And then if you go down here, look, it's trying to put the cracks in, the paint cracks. It's really, really cool. But like I said, if you go to the next one, it kind of smooths it out. So the weird thing is, right, this isn't actually gauche oil painting. It's It's two different styles of painting, which has then been tiled and smoothed. And if you actually go and have a look up close, you can see the tiling leaves a striping effect, which is barely perceivable. And I think it makes it look like a wet printer roller. Like there was the roll, it's got a sticky roller. I just think it looks, I don't know what it is, guys. I just think especially if you print these out, they start to look very natural. But anyway, that's not the goal, it's just something that happened. So yeah, you can really see the artifacts that it's learned from the oil painting in the shadows. Obviously you can see all of the strokes, but then also look, it's breaking everything up. Like the paint is cracked on the canvas, and then we get it smoothed out in the upscaled version. Grew his fingers. They're giants. But yeah, these are probably, some of these are really good, some of them are just a monstrosity, but we are definitely getting close to something I could use, because I was looking for something that was like somewhere in between Warframe and that game with the robots that don't have any faces. But then halfway through I decided I was going to let her have, because I remembered everybody's got a blockhead. So I was like, maybe we'll let the aristocracy have faces. Give them special permissions. We went all through that yesterday. Because now it's like building lore to determine what the image prompts are, to build out the world, to then curate the images, to redefine what the prompts. It's like a huge three-way feedback loop. And eventually you end up with concept art. Let's chuck that one in there. And like I said, you collect enough concept art and then you can train another Laura. And then it gets tighter still. So it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. So you're eventually just zoning in on what you want this to be. See, that's pretty good. It's not a real face. You know what I mean? It's like wood, almost. Wooden face. Again, it's like a porcelain face. You see what I mean? It's not... It's like carved or something. It's a robot. She's a robot. She's a robot. And then we can also have all of this cool military stuff in the show. So... Oh my god. Some of it just comes out like, you know, oil painting with the leather cap. It's not bad, but it's not what I'm going for. Closer, but almost too photorealistic, you see? And look, I know you guys know how to curate. I just thought it would be interesting to kind of like open the book on what actually happens. Look at that. That's such a cool... That could be a poster. You know, Empire or Empress or, you know, Serve. Victoria 6. Something like that. You know, like Empire needs you type stuff. Why is she crying? Why is the Empress crying? She's crying because you haven't joined the army. You're supposed to join the army and do Interdimensional Crusade. Okay. It's all over the place though right now, because this is just random images, or this is images put into image to image with a style model. So the fact that they don't all look like anime anymore, like some of them still do, is quite good. So look, see, that's like quite weak. So I was like experimenting with the strength and then turning it back up again. Join or I cry. Yeah, join. The Empress says join or I cry. That's a good one. Hey, you probably get loads of people signing up. That's the most 40k image we've seen tonight. So let's see. Better. Yeah, see, a couple of them are good. Oh, we're getting into the guns again. Super Warframe Edition. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a good one. That's a good one. That didn't really change much. That's a good one. So, do you know what? I think I actually do have enough here to train a really nice emissary character, Laura. It's just, you know, it's going to take a while to curate these down. Looks like a Harlequin. Not Harley Quinn, but a Harlequin. Yeah, see, these are good. These are all, a lot of these are really good images. Right on point. It'll teach a good concept. Is this on date modified? Yeah, it is. So, what have we got in the... So, we used the oil painting images with the moon base style. Okay? So, oil painting images, moon base style. They all came out really nice. It's doing the Mobius style. Well, I'm calling it Mobius style for lack of a better word, even though it was never trained on Mobius and it doesn't have the words Mobius in it anywhere. It just happens to have a similar aesthetic. It's nowhere near as good as the real deal, but it's kind of interesting to see how it works with different images. Oh my god, it's a hand dog. A finger dog. What the hell? The dog turned into lots of fingers. Oh my god. See that? It looks like something out of a graphic novel that I would have bought on Amazon. Only he's got two... he's got two right thumbs. Wait. Hang on. Yeah, it's got two right thumbs. Oh, well, you can't have it all. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So these are the actual prompts, you know, text to image, yeah? So we've done text to image on that model that we trained for the Moonbase stories. And these look amazing. So if you want to do like a graphical novel, I would recommend doing open pose to get the proportions of the characters perfect. But there's a lot of cool stuff in this model. And the reason I've done it in 9:16 is so we can throw it into image to video tomorrow. So we're going to be animating a lot of these scenes. Like we might in-paint the thing. In-paint thing out. I mean, I suppose it's just a glove, but... So as you can see, it's happily generating everything that you might need to illustrate a Moonbase story. And it's so good. This might be one of the best models I've actually made in ages. Like, I'd say it's up there with Not the True World in terms of, like, ability and quality. Obviously, it remains extremely untested. I've only done this limited, but look at it. It's singing. It's singing. I don't even know. Are these upscales? I can't see the striping. See, I like... So, is it one of Johnson's upscales? Look for the striping and the contrast. It's not always there. You can't always see it, so... But these are clean. Man, it's so good. Look, there's even only... Look. Usually I'd be, like, screwed over with loads of planets in the sky. But usually there's one, a big half, like, you know, it's really close, or the one in the distance. Look, see, like that. So you've got one there, and you've got one here. The close, you know. Wow. Wow. I need to open that up and zoom in on this thing. It looks too good. Oh my God. Listen, I know it's not perfect, okay, but it represents a pretty big bump in terms of like custom training of your own stuff, I think, because the lines are clean, but it kind of has... I know that text is always going to be a challenge, okay, but if you really wanted to, you could go in and in-paint it with some text if you really wanted to make it. It's mad. Wow. It's clean, dudes. And it's not like cooked like you get with some of the GANs where it turns into like a weird orange peel. Oh my God, there's a dude in there. I didn't even notice there's a dude in there. I'm starting to wonder if I'm looking at the dataset, not the image outputs right now. But these are definitely new generations. I see how hard I tried to get round helmets out. Well, no, it wasn't that. Sorry, I was thinking about Empire for a second there. What I tried to get out was visors. I tried to make very few examples of visors. So everyone has like these metal plates, usually. Metal plate, that's a visor. That's a visor. That's a metal plate. You know, I was trying to get the ablative, or, you know, I was trying, but it's really hard. It doesn't really, you know, like this style. I like this style. It's like a 90s Japan futurism. Everyone's wearing a VR headset. This looks like an Oculus built into a crash helmet. But yeah. Okay. So that was good. I enjoyed. That was good. Outpost style. Oh yeah, and then we actually did do, you know, the oil painting, okay? This is the oil painting style, but you'll notice something. Where's the oil painting? I mean, it is an oil painting, right? And it is high quality. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it seems to have made it better than an oil painting. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like it's a bit too photographic. You know? The legs on that horse look very strange. And there's no image to image or control net. These are just text to image outputs. See? It's trying to remake the image with the woman and the harp, but it's not got any guide for it. It's just making it again. Oh my God, her hand's through the harp. It looks painful. There we go. We've got our boy Prince with the doggos. Why is the Queen wearing tennis shoes? She looks like she's just had a stressful day. Oh. How the hell did we get that? Look at this. What the heck? You can see the texture on the canvas and everything. It makes me wonder if we like force flux to make ginormous images, will they come out like this? But like the whole image though, please. It's interesting. Maybe I could split up a painting into many bits, do image to image and reassemble them manually to make it do, well, it's, nah, it's a crazy idea. Keep going. Alright, that's everything. Well, I'm a little bit late for something that I like to call coffee time. just running out of water. Right. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, coffee time. Hope you're all doing well. Having an interesting Friday. Man, we finished so many projects lately. And it's all going to make sense very soon. What I need to do is turn this thing on. Come on, you silly piece of technology. I always worry when you got like equipment, you know, with a funny cable. You look at the funny cable and you go, that's going to break. Alright. We're back. Alright, everyone. So, let's get that telestrator thing up on the screen. Because it's scribble time. Oi. That's OBS. I don't want to move that. I want to move this. I've got no projector. Come on, man. Move it over again. Make it bigger. Right. You can't. One of these days it's going to drive me mad. Let me see. Loras, watch this. Oh, well, I suppose that is actually in the right place. Okay. All right, I take it back. It looked scuffed to me. All right. So then, Empire style. So, oh yeah, please like the stream. I know there's only a few of us in here right now, but every little bit helps. Appreciate you if you already did it. Okay. So yeah, Empire high vid style will be used to style the outputs of the image. So we need to make initials. And we need to know like what we're going to do, blah, 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 blah. So what my proposal is essentially to make some animated shorts of scenes from each book. Sounds pretty legit. Obviously there's a lot that's going to go into that. So the chances are we're not going to do it in the 45 minutes we have tonight. But it'll be coming up on live, you know what I mean? So that's one of the goals. So obviously we're using a character in combination with the style model. These are all black sun images. Okay. So writer's room, let's go. Is that the last page? Spoilers! Okay. So, when I left you guys last night, we had just finished writing the base story. So that would be the contents of story. So that would be these pages. We just finished writing those backwards. And then I was like, right, it's 11:30, I'm going to bed. But as you can see, we have now upscaled these. So just to give you a rough idea, page 0 was 23,000 characters. Page 0 was 23,000 characters. Now, page 0 is 54,000 characters. So it actually did upscale, it did double it for us. With all the rules and the repetition sniping and the smoothing and the golden shadow enhancer and all those different submodules, because it's a multimodal agent. It's got 6 functions, I think, that does it all in one. But yeah, so that's done. What was the most interesting thing was that when we look at the plan for book 3, when we look at the plan for book 3, I state that one of the soldiers gets killed. Here's the hero, duddly diddly, duddly diddly. Private Thomas Cogsworth is killed. Yeah? And the funny thing is, when I was reading the book back, I was like waiting for him to get shot because I knew roughly where he's going to get killed in the plot. And do you know what the funny thing is? For the whole book, they kept teasing it. They were like, oh, So like, yeah, Donatello, no, yeah, exactly, yeah. Don't worry, he gets a promotion. He's corporal now. He's a corporal now. He used to be private, now he's Corporal Cogsworth. He got a posthumous battlefield promotion for his heroism, yeah? Oh, and also, his death had to happen because of the temporal pincer. It had, you know what I mean? It was kind of preordained. Like, it had to happen for the future and the past to meet in the middle, and for the rendezvous to take place after, you know. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it. It was really well written, actually. I was kind of surprised. I was reading it back like, yeah, it's a little bit technical because they're robot. It's 4 robots talking to each other about being on a military operation. So it's a little bit technical sometimes. And I think one of the characters loves to quote. I'm going to change his character, by the way. After the death of Cogsworth, the one that's always quoting regulations is going to learn to be quiet. So my plan, what I want to show you guys now is how I'm going to evolve, having written 3 books in a series in 3 days. Now what we're going to do is we're going to plan the next series, okay? But we're doing that by actually evolving our character. This is something we've never been able to do before. So we're going to build the update for Supplement 03, which is a report on the 3rd book. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it look at the 3 supplements and say evolve the characters. Yeah? That's the idea here. So instead of it starting from this base point every time, it's all updated. So from book 4 onwards, it's like a new chapter in the saga. Do you know what I mean? These characters, they're not, it's, you know what I mean? The dynamics have changed as a result of the 3 campaigns they've been on. And I think that makes sense. Because up until now, I've been like, I patched book 2 with book 1 data, and then I patched book 3 with book 1 and 2 data, and now it's getting a little bit like, if I was going to try and patch book 4 with 1, 2 and 3, stuff's just going to get forgotten. So the cleanest way to solve it is to actually evolve the character sheets. You know, the stuff they say, the stuff, all of that's got to change, right? And we can do that with a prompt and giving it story supplements. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. Can I like make an empty thing quick? There we go. I just needed a grey space. So let's just go over what we've actually done, okay? So first we went to Midjourney, version 7, and we did one of their fine tunes with like 200 images. We had some fun with some prompts, and we got into a vibe that we like, okay? Developed it out, and now we've got a data set. You know, it's been captioned and curated, all right? And so that gives us the initial Laura, which is a style that can be applied to any images, whether you take the pictures or you get them from anywhere, right? So then what we do is we use the Laura to explore themes and stuff until eventually I get inspired enough to write a lore book. From the lore book, we get world, characters, okay? World and characters. My default project settings come with a bunch of programming for better writing, like because, but, therefore, all these other things. So that's all part of the Spittoon inversion thing. I can't spell. Stipaboo. Spittoon inversion. So then we have our world and we have our characters and everything. So then what we do is we generate the final page. And obviously we can say what, I've showed you how you can write it or you can generate it based on a bunch of stuff you want to do. Okay? So then we take the final page, we write the whole page, we write the whole book backwards. From the last page to the start. And then times 3. So now you've got a series. And then we get to the bit. Evolve the characters and the story. And then now you've got next saga. Oh, good. That's good enough. Bit of an anarchist saga there for some reason. But yeah, that's essentially what we've done. We've kind of just gone ping pong, ping pong. And this is why you can actually say, you could do this in a different way. You can say, oh, that is, do you know what, mate? Do you know what, mate? It's just not going to work because this thing, the tracking isn't very good. It's like a propeller. Yeah, it's 3 infinite loops. Images. Writing. Human. And you might think, well, how come human gets to be its own thing? It just does. And you say, well, shouldn't you just do image and writing? And no, trust me, you need that human there, otherwise it's just garbage. If you just did, do you know what I mean? If you just did like that, and the yellow for writing, if you just did, man, it's so bad. If you just did like that, there's no human there, is there? So it's just going to come out like Swiss cheese. Yeah. Anyway. All right, boys and girls. Let's get into it. So first thing I'm going to need to do is go into my plan section. I kept all of the prompts for every single step of writing all 3 books. Everything's here. And so what I'm going to do is take the supplement prompt. There it is, supplementary. I'm going to copy that. Now remember, because the size of the book is so big, I'm only going to summarize the short version, the pre-upscaled original pages, because I tried doing it with this one. It costs twice as much, takes 4 times as long, and to be honest, you don't really learn much more because the enhancement is like, say they're in a scene with a church and they're just talking and then they leave. In this version, it'll describe the church a bit, but it's not like crucial to the plot. It's just nice to describe the scene a little bit, which is what Uno is doing. It's one of its functions, is to describe everything in a bit more detail, but it's not going to break the law or introduce any new elements. So, and the speech won't change, you know, it's word for word the same, stuff like that. This is why Uno's quite a nice agent, but this is going to be quicker to draw from. It's still reasonable. It's still a decent amount of text, you know, it's not short. But yeah, so go into the plan, and we're going to say summarize the events that take place in the story. So obviously that is actually a folder, see? Creating story supplement 03.md, which will be used to update the narrative bucket / empire, that's the folder. So you can call out your narrative bucket with just the folder, but also this is the manifest. So that's a list with a short description of every file in that folder. So then you can, to be more precise and with more context, you can call out this folder. I mean, this image. This link, this file, this path. I'll get it eventually with a short description matching the. We'll just do it and I'll show you. Did you know? native support came out for that new image model in Comfy. So we'll probably take a look at some workflows tomorrow. See, I've got like a big thing planned this weekend for the video stuff. So I've deliberately done everything else first. Okay. How's the volume, guys? Is the levels still good? I haven't asked for ages. Sometimes I feel like the music is loud, but it could just be like the volume I have it on here. Because it's got its own controls on the... Yeah. So I can never really tell. So obviously he's going to read through all the books. He's going to read through all the pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he'll create our new supplement. Let's have a look at some of these pictures that we posted while I was looking at that. See, it's really tough. I think I'm going to have to do like a face swap to get these. It's a different character a lot of the time. It needs to be consistent. I think if you train them all with the right tagging, it will resolve itself. This one's the best one so far. That is just so good. Right, so I'll create the file, it'll do this, title, background, sections, key phrases, summary, update the thing to add the file. Yep, go. Oh my god, the temporal operation was crazy. I did read it. It did make sense. I don't know which is crazier, the fact that the temporal pincer made sense, or the fact that I finally wrote it into a story for fun, because I've been wanting to do that forever. And I didn't even watch the movie until recently, guys, I'll be real. Like, literally, it had been on my list of things to do for so long. I'd never even seen the movie. I just, like, heard about it and thought, oh, that's a neat concept. And I finally got round to watching it. And it was one of those... It was a Christopher Nolan movie. What more can I say? The entire stream was always lower than other volume tabs in your browser. Okay. But as long as it's not too loud, that's the main thing. Because sometimes I do start screaming. And sometimes I do lean in to the mic. So, it's cool. But yeah, the goal here will be to update the story so that writing new stories with the bucket now won't just be like a snap in time. Now, that's useful for some things. You might want it to be that way. Like Scooby-Doo doesn't really need to have knowledge of the previous episode, you know what I mean? So it depends what you're writing. But I think that in the context of like a military squad drama in the style of a sci-fi, over 3 books, that should probably be the thing, is they get... The stream is 10% to 20% volume of other tabs. Okay, that's close enough for me. Did it add it? Yep, it added Story Supplement 3. Cool. Cool. So, Operation Temporal Convergence. It's a pretty crappy name for the operation. Might change that. Like I had to change the rest of them. What the heck? A Gantt chart. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm sure I already checked them before adding them. So, right. So we've got our summary of book 3. Okay. So now let's design a brand new prompt, which is going to do what I said we're going to do. So yeah, let's do it. So this should be the fun part. I like these parts. It's like prompt engineering is fun. Everyone said, oh, prompt engineering, you know, like, but it's still actually a thing that you've got to learn. So hopefully this will be a good one. So, like, I've never had to do this, so it's a new thing. Okay. We have written 3 books detailing the adventures of a squad of soldiers in the mechanized, I think that's what they call themselves, mechanized empire. Machinized. It's mechanized. Mechanized? Oh my god. Mechanized empire. A dimension invading race of sentient machines. Okay. I still spelt it wrong. Okay. Cool. Those exploits are detailed in these files. The worst thing is when you accidentally do a new line and like go off half-cocked, as they say. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say here bucket update after book 3. So let's write it out here instead so we don't get messed up. I didn't want you to close that though. Okay. So those files are going to be at story. Right. I'm just going to copy them, guys. No, not the full one. Just the little one. The one that's like a ridiculous number of keys. Have you seen the shortcut for that? It's Control K, Control Shift C. Don't forget. It's like it's turning into like a combo from Street Fighter. Okay, now if I say at, it should be able to pick that up easily when I get into the prompt. So we've written 3 books detailing the adventures of a squad of soldiers in the mechanized empire, the dimension invading race of sentient machines. These exploits are detailed in these files. Okay. We can evolve. We can evolve the characters. We'll say the soldiers. Yeah, we can evolve the characters. I don't really want to name them all. It's fine. We can evolve the characters defined inside, and it'd be at empire/characters.text or JSON text. Yeah. Their speaking style doesn't need to change. Okay, yeah. Following these exploits, okay? Following these exploits to develop their characters and integration, harmony, tuning, it's not really the right word. To develop their characters and better represent the interplay between them all. Because obviously things have happened. You know what I mean? Things have happened. I mean, technically, right, it would be really good if it comes back and it goes, Well, he's dead. There's nothing to update. He's dead. Like, if it comes back and says that, I'll be really impressed. I'm not expecting it to be able to catch that, though. But it should be able to figure out. It should be like, hey, hang on a minute, mate. I can't update the character of a dead person because it doesn't really necessarily understand that they're robots. You know what I mean? They can just be rebuilt, right? Okay. We can also... No, that should be done separately. I was about to say we can scan the story for, you know, quotes and stuff, but that shouldn't be done slapdash. I think the best way to make, like, the quotes, things they say, more accurate is to actually have an agent scan through the speech, like how I did with the Empire Regulations. So we've got an agent that reads the book after we finished it and then adds new, you know, techno-babble, military speak to the manual so that, you know, they're not just going to make something up that already exists, basically. It's just to stop them from, like, breaking their own canon. It does help because they do chat a lot. Look at all this stuff. That's only book 1 and 2. I haven't done the book 3 update for this yet. But the way you do it is you essentially, if there's a conflict, you change the number of the new rule and update it in the manuscript or in the draft. That's how you do it. Because, you know, you've got as many numbers as you want. And I found out why. I couldn't figure out why it was continuously doing 772. And it's because apparently it's a prime number or something. Or close to one. So, yeah. He loves it. Because they're machines. So they must be obsessed with prime numbers, right? I think I got that detail for free. Okay, so we can evolve the characters defined inside following these exploits to develop their characters and better represent the interplay between them all. Now, is there anything else? I don't think the world needs to change. Let me just check what it says here. There's nothing in here about the emissary that's been attached to the team. But then this is a bit more vague. Yeah, this doesn't actually, this is general, so I don't need to update that. Okay. So yeah, and then of course, because we're updating files that already exist, that's in the wrong place. This needs to be in plan. So yeah, this is obviously a summary of each of the 3 books in the series. So there's the prompt. Right, enough of that. Let's get it done. Oh, do you know what? I just went off half-cocked, didn't I? Need to update the links. So what I do is I set it up like at something which is close, and then I just, it's one click then, you just erase the last letter, and then obviously the file is there. So yeah, we just literally want to evolve the characters based on their exploits. I should put in an additional thing. We cannot... No, in fact, I'm not going to give them a limit. It's fine. I was about to say something like, we cannot go over 3 times the length of the original document. Just something to keep him from waffling, right? But to be honest, if he goes on too much, we can copy it and then we can have it summarized again. You know, it's just another prompt. So we work at the text like knead it like dough. Make sure you've done as much preparation as you can before it goes in the oven. That's what I say. Otherwise, you're throwing raisins at cake, and you want to get those raisins in before you bake it. No one wants to be throwing raisins at cake. It doesn't work. Unless you got sticky buns, I guess. But enough about that. So yeah, okay, initial character evolution. Right, cool. Gradually softened his adherence to Imperial protocols. Oh, he'll be in trouble. Operation Dreadfall approved plans by 47.3%. See what I mean? They've got this obsession of they're like droids, you know, droids in Star Wars, because 3PO's always telling everyone the odds. It's like that. They're constantly telling each other the odds. But it does give it a kind of tactical element to it, I guess, if that's the sort of thing you're into. Developed a more balanced approach between doctrinal compliance and practical effectiveness. Formed an effective command relationship with the Countess. Developed skepticism to effective partnership. See, that's the only trouble. The only trouble I don't like about this is it's sort of like, this is the arc of the team. This is the team arc. You know what I mean? This is how... And so we're taking it to a place where... Because the problem I had in book 3 was they were often saying things like, oh, he was a new recruit who was recently adjusting to the battlefield. It's like, we're on book 3, mate. So it's like it really needed to get done. And a lot of the edits in book 3 are removing bits of text that have reference to the fact that this is his first battle when it's not. And this is partly why I'm updating this now, because the story supplement worked for book 1 and it worked for book 2. But you know what I mean? The idea, but when we tried to use both supplements for book 3, it kind of didn't, it kind of partial miss, you know? Like it was aware of this, but it was still following the character information, which said that the private was only 6 months old, when actually the book 1 takes a year. And I think book 2, there's a gap, you know, there's gaps between the books. So actually he's not 6 months old anymore. He's like 3.5 or something. I don't know. So these are like little details which I never would have even thought about until I'd actually done it. So I think it's really important to just do it. And this is what I was going on about with the images earlier. Don't worry what it looks like. Just stick to the process. Trust the process. You know what I mean? Like, I've decided this is what I'm gonna do, and so just do it, start to finish. Don't care if it looked like, oh, don't get hung up on, oh, this one image wasn't good, I needed 30 images and one of them I'm still working on. No, just do it. Just do it. One of the images looked a bit weird. Okay, cool, moving on, right? And what it means is you can take it to the end and go, now what am I gonna do next? Yeah. So I was like, oh, I've always fancied writing, oh my god, I can't even think of what it's called now. You know, 3 movies, 3 books, right? A trio. It's not called that though, right? But anyway, that was my idea, was do something like that, right? So we've done it. And the joke is the quality is actually good enough where if I just sat there and read through every story, it's actually at a publishable quality level. That's the funny thing. And so now I'm thinking, cool, now what? Because, you know, we could do art books, we could do graphic novels, trilogy, thank you, Dragon. I was just having a coffee-related brain fart there. I couldn't think of the word trilogy. Anyway, so it's probably because... Yeah, anyway, let's move on. So this is going to be a clean starting point for the next trilogy of books, which... Because the thing is, book 1, we get to know the team. Book 2, we meet the emissary. And book 3, we get exposed to the recursion tactics, which is like limited field temporal warfare, okay? And I was like, that's cool, but now, of course, we can take it into completely new and crazy directions because, you know, the trilogy is fine. It's done, you know? But yeah, introducing more characters along the way. My plan is to introduce a captain character of the Dreadnought and then start doing more, exposing the Navy side of things a little bit. Because at the moment it's all army all the time. There's been very little... There was a few epic scenes, like I think a Dreadnought gets shot down by a nuke in book 2, and I think in book 3 they survive a nuclear bombardment of like multiple warheads by ploughing the ship into the ground at high speed and burying it like a sandfish. I was like, this is cool. So like I said, I'm having a great time just putting ideas, and to be honest, this is all practice so that when I get to my main story, the Paradistro saga, I've got so much practice and the systems are so advanced, it's going to be like opening up a factory. It's going to be like, oh, I've got 6 books out now. So yeah, this is, and that's Because you can do a book a day. You can realistically do a book a day. And that's not even like sitting there all day. I mean, if you have 2 hours a day of free time, you can write a book tonight. You know, like, sure, I already had the narrative bucket because I made that the day before on the live stream. But once you've got that, you can write infinite books in your saga. As long as you know how to write them so you don't catch yourself out. I think your biggest enemy is yourself trying to reach too hard when it comes to story. You've got to calm it down, you know. Say you want to have a hero with a big sword and magical powers, maybe split that into 2 characters. Say you want to have 2 villains, maybe make it a second book with the other villain. Like, just split it up. Just split it up and, like, make it a little bit more grounded, you know? And, your feet won't leave the floor then. I had the same problem myself. I was talking about it in Discord, where I wrote a cowboy story, like a sci-fi cowboy story once, and it was an absolute joke. It was an absolute joke. Because I tried to do too much. It read like Doctor Who, like New Who. It was like, oh man, it's so cool, isn't it? Everything's so cool. It's like, no, it's not. It doesn't work. You try too hard and it doesn't work. So let's have a look. So we've completely overhauled this. Okay. Hang on a sec. Where's me folders? Right, where's my tools? Tools Empire 4. Let's just go back to the last one real quick because I want to compare characters. I want to compare without, like, you know, losing my mind because of stupid file things, stupid program restrictions, right? Okay, so how old is he? 872. Okay, so it hasn't changed the ages. That's actually okay. Roll. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Ah, wait. No. 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 Hang on a minute. Am I being scammed? Back. Ah, I didn't click act yet. It's on me. That's my bad. I was like, it hasn't changed yet. But that's all right. We can watch it change now. Because I do want to see what it does. You know what I mean? It's quicker to just watch what it's doing. Okay, so he's added some stuff there. Oh, you're saying the audio's too low, are you? Damn, why is my audio so low? Alright, hang on. Be warned, guys, we're turning the volume up. That's the music. And then maybe if I just sit closer to the microphone, because I do lean back a lot these days. I probably should lean back actually, but I could move the microphone, do you know what I mean? I can move it forward a little bit like this. Oh no, my pen. There we go. So yeah, probably just. So yeah, it's writing. It's writing. And then what I'm hoping is that what that does is it sets you up for the second trilogy, because now they've actually changed. See, what I probably should have done is I should have used Story Supplement 1 to evolve the character sheet at the end of every book. So then when we go into book 2, it is actually just completely evolved the characters. I've never had to do that before though, so I never really thought about it. And like I said, the results were good with the supplement method, so that's quicker and easier. But after 3 books, it's just too much stuff to juggle, so you just update the recipe. Makes sense, doesn't it? Update the recipe, there it is. Developed from detached aristocratic oversight to integrated squad member, evolved from hesitant recruit to confident specialist before his sacrifice, receiving posthumous promotion to corporal. Right, hang on. Look away. Spoilers. Does it say he's dead? His engram core has been preserved for future integration. So he's not dead. Because they did rescue his crystal thing, you know, his little brain. They got his SSD, this quantum SSD got pulled. So they're gonna at some point, probably in the first book, he's gonna get like, you know, pulled out the carbonite like Han Solo and oh, you're back. Oh, right. So that's the plan for that one. So there you go. It's updated. Nice. So now what we've got is the new story supplement, so we can refer. So like I say, it's possible for the characters to be aware of their history and like have a little campfire story about, oh, remember book 1? Oh yeah. And what about that time in book 2? But they're not going to act, you know, they won't say it like that, but it will be what they're doing. And those are the sorts of advanced things that I don't see anybody else talking about, because everyone's so obsessed with just writing really fast right now. And I don't think speed is it, because if you can write a book in a day, how much faster do you need it to be? Maybe the bit that takes the time is the edit for publishing, right? Maybe we should speed that part up next. Yeah, rather than just trying to write even faster, so we've got even, because this is the thing, yeah, people go, oh, I can write faster, so then they're gonna make more. Now that just means the edit takes even longer. Do you know what I mean? What's that you're saying there, Fernicar? When I get closer to the mic, it could be right. I'll listen to them later, because it'll break the, you know, we'll break the flow. Okay, right. Blah, 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 blah. Done. So, this one's in the prompt section now. Good. So, we've done our thing. Now, I could do the regulation prompt for book 3. Yeah, we'll do that one. Let's see how many cool rules and regulations they've come up with this time. So, Empire Regs. Do not edit the story, I'll do it myself. Yeah, because it's just search replace, so I elect to do it myself. Okay, and hopefully there isn't one. Yeah, I got rid of it, because speech rules quotes should be deleted in between each go, otherwise it'll like try to add the same stuff again. So let's change it to using the temporary file, create the temporary file. There we go. Alright. And this is going to look through the main text, so this can take a while, but so it's going to look through the upscale, and then it's going to compare it, and then it's going to pull from speech only regulations that are numbered. Well, that's the idea anyway. I should have said numbered rules and regulations, because sometimes they speak about rules that don't have numbers, and I don't need to record those. I only need to record the ones that are quoted, so that there's consistency, you know, because readers will notice that kind of thing. You know, if like rule number 1 is uphold the law, and in book 2 he says it's protect the innocent, you've made a mistake. That's a obvious continuity gaffe, right? unless there's like a, you know what I mean, unless you get like some scene to explain why it changed, then it doesn't make sense. And that's what people want. They just want it to make sense. So let's see, it's done page 0. We're going to stop him. Okay, you should only extract numbered rules and regulations which quote from military manuals and procedures, general conversation without direct quote references should be ignored. So he was trying to do too much work here, look. See, just because it says dimension L742, that's not a rule or regulation. Dimensional analysis confirms that none of this, you know what I mean, none of these are, yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to confuse him a little bit. Hang on. I found only one clear reference. Okay, right. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to confuse him because this is all garbage, right? I'm just going to delete that file in the middle of the prompt. See, it might break him because he might be tracking the file. And I'm just like, no, it's gone. Okay. I deleted the temporary file due to it containing many unrelated quotes. Please use the new guidelines. I need to update that prompt, don't I? Please use the new guidelines to create a new file and continue. Okay. So let's have a look at this, shall we? So that's the original prompt. So we've already got that as a file. So, see, I've always had to do a bit of a back and forth on this job, right? So I'm thinking to myself, oh, did I say act? I don't recall saying act, Claude. I guess you're acting then, are you? Okay, you're acting then. Right, that is what I wanted. Now he's thinking about it. Okay, quick. So, if I go into my plan and get the... where is it? Oh, now he's working. That's good though. When it says, oh, we've compiled this from 3 different scenes in 3 different books, that's good because it means that he's actually reading, it proves that he's reading the reference to draw out the quote. He's not just pulling it out of his backside, you know what I mean? Because it is the same quote every time, word for word, number for number, you know? But as you can see here, look, I pointed this out yesterday. I've left it in. So this is from the Regs manual. Imperial Conquest Manual, Volume 7, Section 42, Paragraph 3 says one thing, but then it also says something completely different. This is what I'm trying to say. And obviously what you do is you change this one to Section 43 or something. You know, that's how you resolve it. And then you search for this quote and change that number. It's a very small fix. And you can even do search replace. So if it's like multiple times across the whole book, you can easily do that. But it's something to be aware of, is all I'm saying. Are you doing anything right now, Claude? Task completed. Yeah, so we're doing it 1 page at a time. Okay, let's get the prompt again. Get that prompt, copy it. And I want to go to... there it is, regs prompt. Okay, so if I just do that, because it is like a little bit out of date. Oh. See, this one's different. What the hell did I use? I must have used... I use that. Get rid of that. It's confusing. This one's an old version of the prompt. This is the one I should have used. So it actually does have a bunch of logic to do with what was missing. Right, I know what to do. Because I missed, but it did do exactly what I wanted the next time, I'm going to use the wording here, not here. Here. That there. And then here we go. Oh, I put that before it actually. So bake the cake, then put the icing on. All right, cool. So like, all right. So we take that. Didn't I just change it? How is it not changed? Anyway, we want a new plan. And obviously we're going to change the page to 1, right? Because the only way to stop it from overflowing from the sheer amount of data in the pages was to do 1 page at a time. All of the other ones, we tried to do the whole book in 1 automated run, but this way I had to break it up. But then it's fine, it works. Let's see, create the file, speech rules quotes. I'm going to say speech rules quotes 1, so that it's keeping them separate. All right. And then it's just change the number, run it again, change the number, run it again, and eventually you will have your updated empireregs.md, which will have like, and the joke is, right, if I'm just going to be say you were launching this as an actual franchise, okay, fans love that stuff. They love art books and, you know, the Imperial manual, you know, they love that stuff, and it's an opportunity for you to like really blast the lore. You know, you can like put out a lore, like a book like this. Obviously you'd want to like write it better so it's organized and you've got nice artwork in there and stuff, but this is the sort of stuff, it's like the Star Trek blueprint of the Enterprise book. You know, you can buy a book which is like the blueprints of the Enterprise, and you can get books on techno babble that tell you what inverting the warp field does, and you know, and then they have to actually, well, I mean, look, they used to, now they just make it up, but back in the Captain Picard days and the Benjamin Sisko days, they used to actually have like technical advisors that would make sure that they weren't just making stuff up. It had to actually like be internally consistent. You know, even though they made it up, it had to be internally consistent and sound, you know what I mean? So this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, these are small concerns, but they go a long way. You get a lot of mileage out of these little nuanced concerns, you know? But like I said, the opportunity to make additional, so you've got your book series, you've got your art book, and then you might have like Imperial Regulations book, which is just more artwork with all of the rules that they've said in the stories, you know what I mean? And as I said, we're set up to write the next book series now. So we didn't just write a book, we wrote a trilogy. So yeah, we can put this, but I think this sort of project, I think we can almost put this one to bed now. It's basically cracked. So, you know, if you can write 3 books in 3 days, it's like, oh, IP, I want to launch a new IP. You'll have the website and everything, screenplays, scripts, everything, character designs, art style, concept work, world, everything. You can have it all done in a week. It's actually crazy when you think about it like that. All right, so what are we doing? We're updating the Imperial Rules and Regulations book so that we can be accurate. So any rules that were made up in book 3 will now be consistent in book 4, 5, 6, whatever. That was the whole concept. And we've obviously evolved our characters, so they've all had arcs, and after 3 books they've all gone through some changes, and so we've evolved the characters, and that means that we're not starting off from the same starting point anymore. The second trilogy starts off, you know, from the end, so you're evolving it now. We've obviously got the ability to pull from events that took place in the first 3 books, because we got our supplement. I don't think the speech styles need to change, but there is something that you could do. If you look, there are actually quotes for every character. These can be adjusted by hand, so that you can adjust how the character sounds. I would do it before you bake the cake. Like, I'm 3 books in, so I can't really just go changing their... You know what I mean? I can't just go changing the way they speak. But what I could do is I could write an agent similar to the lore collector for the rules. They, you know, the army guys, they keep quoting rules at each other. So what I could do is I could write an agent to scan through the book again, page by page, and pull out quotes for just one character, and then update these to actual quotes, because these quotes were never in a story. Because these were written before the book was written. So even though they might be in, there's not many of them as well. And I think more examples might make it less repetitive, because it is a bit, sometimes it can be a bit repetitive. They don't actually say a lot of this stuff either. So it seems like a sort of prompt seed type thing. It's just enriching it, giving it a template maybe for how they talk. But what I'm trying to say is that it's possible to get an agent to collect actual quotes from the books and then replace these so it's lore accurate to itself, and then in the next starting point you can really feel that those characters have actually developed. They're the same people you know and love, but they've developed from the events in the books you've read, which I think is that's what you've got to do really, isn't it? You can't not address this, so that's why I've spent the day on this one. And like I say, it's just character development, which is so important. And if you have yourself, like I said, because you're in the loop, that's what everything that we do, we're in the loop. So, you know, so we have a visual concept. We take the visuals and we do a lore book. And this is all us. We didn't use AI. You know, yeah, you used AI to visualize, like, oh, I want to see, look at this aesthetic. And then you theory craft lore. Yeah. And then we extract the lore to make our bucket, which is world, characters. And you can even shape it. So I showed how to do that with this one. I said, I want to have a bunch of soldiers. We're going to do squad drama in my world. Yeah. And then obviously we write the last page using the story bucket. And then we have it right with inversion, spittoon inversion. Okay, we invert, write all the books, all the pages, sorry, until we get to the start. So then you have your book done. We then use Uno with the project settings again, so it's reinforced. Uno is a unified narrative operator. He's going to do 2x upscaling on the text size, add details, remove repetition, a whole bunch of stuff. 6 agents in one. And then, like I said, from there, what I plan to do is character Loras. Yeah. I want to make character Loras from, you know, from the final story. Okay. And then that gets used so that when we want to illustrate, the story, say we want to do a graphic novel. A graphic novel okay, or a comic book, or video animation, all of that stuff. All of that stuff is prompts and images. So, you know, that's where these guys come in. Because it's the same data set to train the video model. So, long story short, that's the pipeline. You start off with an idea, you theory craft it in Midjourney, whatever, it doesn't matter, anything, ChatGPT, and it's like looking at the images lets you feed back your ideas so that you can then type those ideas up, so that you can then process that into a lore book of a universe, so that you can then create a bucket which is in a world inside that universe. And you think you could make as many of those as you want, you know? Create the last page, write backwards, you've now got a book. That's the funny thing, the funniest thing about all of this is where you write the book. Book. That's where you write the book. I mean, technically, I suppose it's the Uno part as well, but what I'm trying to say is it's like you've gone from a dream with very conceptual visualization to a defined universe, to a smaller world in that universe with characters that you've designed. And then using that information to write the book, which you then use to write the lore and generate the images that define the look and the style and the characters. And then you're now armed with the ability to create that first image, which goes into the video model, right? And then that's you know, that's it. It's start to finish, idea to animation, and it's 100% custom. It's not like you're borrowing anybody else's stuff. This is all completely out of your head into reality. And when I started out in all of this, this is what was sold to us. Imagine. A powerful word. But imagine if you could write a book. That's what this is. But now that's become, you know, trilogy, series. And we go the other way. Movies. There's a lot of questions like, because obviously when you want to do a movie, it's not just one prompt, is it? It's like lots and lots of little prompts, you know? It's lots of them. So it's going to be complicated, but one thing I learned about using agents for everything is that it doesn't matter how complicated it is, it can do it. But like I said, the last 3 lives, we've spent a lot of time going from scratch to show how to create your own narrative bucket, how to use the inversion, how to upscale it, how to collapse it, how to evolve everything. Okay, so this is going to be like my go-to example series for this method of writing. And the reality is you only need your story bucket and a prompt. That's all you need to get started. Story bucket and a prompt. And we created the story bucket with a prompt as well. So really all you need is a lore book, and a lore book can be made from a convo with a chat. So literally you can do it all in a day, start to finish. And like I said, this Countess Amberley spec, this is the next thing. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take a quick look at that and just see what the results look like. I'll do a basic prompt to show you what I mean. So I have used the details of, I think, book 2 and 3, or maybe just book 2 actually. I think because she's hardly in book 3. It's funny. It mostly follows the soldiers, but in book 2 there's a lot of focus on her. So I extracted all of the visual descriptions of her. That's not the right one. This one. I extracted all the visual descriptions of the character to try and dose up a crazy character prompt list. So here's what we're going to do. And this is going to be my last task. So here we go. It's Countess. Okay. We can create a wide scope image generation model prompt caption list which describes with consistency and coherence good luck a character of, I'm just going to copy it, man. It's getting late. Countess, Meredith, Constance, Amberley. Okay. Which is fully described in this. Well, I'll just say fully described here at Countess. There we go. Okay, for the first 20 prompts, only for the first 20 prompts, write out descriptions of the Countess in formal portrait scenarios. So for the second 20 prompts, write out descriptions of the Countess in formal. I've already said formal. Okay, aristocratic or diplomatic scenes. For the third 20 prompts. I'd love it if this is a really weird way of doing it. I've never done this before, by the way. Like for the first 20, for the second 20, I wonder if it'll actually manage to nail it. It should do. It's always fun to see if it can do it, you know. Like juggling the instructions now to see if it'll mess up. For the third 20 prompts, do you know what? I could probably just like copy this because I got to do it a bunch more times. Yeah. For the third, so I'll just change that to third. For the third 20 prompts, write out descriptions of the Countess addressing Empire soldiers. Addressing Empire soldiers before a mission. No. Just addressing Empire soldiers in various military environments. That's pretty good, actually. And then for the fourth 20, I want 100, by the way. I'm not like... For the fourth 20 prompts, write out descriptions of the Countess in clandestine military operations undertaken while undertaking clandestine military operations, achieving tactical objectives in a varied set of scenes. Okay, and then for the fifth 20 prompts, write out descriptions of the Countess. Now, what the heck am I going to do for the last one? Depicting scenes from her battle record. Okay. while dressed in, what do you call it? Counter... I don't know how, I wonder what the best thing to say is. It's like dressed in, I'll just say tactical gear. I don't even know. It's fine. It's fine, because you can edit them anyway. Alright, now, is there anything else I want it to be aware of? I just really want it to be very obsessed with just this. But, okay. Okay, when drawing inspiration for the setting, environments, for the locations in each example, you may draw from world. For law accurate definitions, I may as well have just used project instructions. Right, I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's fine. You end up like tying a tourniquet around it and it's like, it's tied. It's tied. You don't need to tie it no more. Oil purple chassis, gold filigree. Very, very, very Warframe Orokin Prime edition. But that was unintentional. It's just how it came out when you put all of the style influences together. This is what you end up with. Formal portrait of Countess Amberley seated on an ornate throne in the calculation chamber of Dimension Prime. Man, these are going to be great. It makes me think what I should do is generate Thora with a similar prompt and then transfer her with the style model, you know, into the Empire style, and then just collect the best ones, and that's probably going to be, and then of course you use this prompt list to generate her imagery, of course, and then that's how you get the data set. Is what I kind of skipped a step there, you know. But yeah, I think you can see. So it's like we use the LLM to kind of align the prompts that we need to this is more of a checklist of images I need to train this character. So now I'm going to go away and train all of the, I need to get 100 images. I need to get every image here. It's so like abstract when you think about what that actually means. It's like I've got to go away and get all these things, like what's this? This doesn't exist. That's not a thing. What's the Grand Ballroom? What's Dimension Prime? Like, I know what these things are, but they don't have any visual concept art, right? So all of that stuff needs to be created. And it's a challenge because there is no character right now. So this is why I'm saying maybe I could use Thora Redblade. Ooh, hang on a minute. We need this one. Yeah, and okay. Thora Redblade Empire. She responds well to Control Net, you see. So I could use Control Net Pose on her instead of Depth. And then it's going to be more faithful, I guess. So, Thora Redblade? Where's the Redblade version? Don't tell me I don't even have it here. KZK Thora V3. Got Empire, so where's Thora? Redblade is there. See, that says anime, so it's not. That's not right. Red? No. Oh, that's weird. Did I never add it? Oh. Well, I'm pretty sure that it works, but it's the anime. It's not actually anime. And of course the rest of it's crap as well. So I know what to do. We'll just go with Empire style. Empire style KZK woman, red hair, blue eyes, and leave it empty and just see what it does. Because normally it'd be wearing whatever, right? Oh, wearing GKG soldier outfit. Ooh, that could work, even though I don't have GKG soldier outfit loaded. But I could load it. No, not rifleman. GKG soldier. Turn that down to like 0.5. No. 0.4. And then we want the 3MP style. 3MP09. That one at the top and soldier at the bottom. Seven. KZK, GKG. I mean, it's all there. Okay, let's give it a go. Text to image. Okay, while it's doing that. So yeah, like I said, we've got a whole bunch of these prompts, right? Obviously these don't really, this doesn't really mean much right now. There's no triggers, nothing, you know. Count assembly will probably become like a trigger or a name of some kind. But yeah, these prompts are nice. A little bit short, but look at this, addressing Empire soldiers. Interesting. There we go, it's a little bit better now. This should be interesting. Ooh. Next image, please. What do we get? Oh! It's not quite porcelain, but that's okay. We just asked for Thora in the soldier outfit. Not very robotic yet. We haven't added sci-fi or anything. So that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. That's way better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so let's see if we can't add more. You know, we've added more tokens. Okay. I mean, I don't know why everyone's got faces now. Look, they're all Thora, but you can exclude her. Do you know what I mean? You can take her out, lift her and put her on a new background before training, so you don't have to train like everything in the shot. We can do remove background or manually mask her out, lift her, you know. Obviously, I'm not going to go, you know, but this is encouraging. It's encouraging to see it working so well out the box, because obviously I've just taken a prompt that's straight from the chat. Where is it? Not that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the report for you know, what's his name? I forget it. So it turns out... What the heck? Here. I want to go from there. Try that. Quality's a bit crap, but do you know what I think? Yeah, look at that. That's horrible. It's not sharp at all. I think it's because the attention is divided by all the other stuff on the screen. Who knows? I mean, I did say she's addressing the squad or whatever, so... Okay, now we're getting... So she's wearing the soldier outfit, see? So that's actually not bad. Wearing GKG soldier outfit. Do we have... There's no negative prompts. Porcelain... Ah, yeah, that's right. Let me try one with porcelain face. Pretty sure there is one. There we go. Let's try that one there. So, standing in the Imperial Palace tiara. Classy. That's a bird. That's what they say. Dragon says, this will make you fall off your chair. I just linked the spittoon in Grok to show him how to write a book, and he's like, wow. Yeah. Let me have a look. General or LLM writers? Where did you post that then, bro? I don't know. He put it somewhere. I'm looking for it. I can't find where you posted it, but yeah, I don't know where you. Oh, I see. You linked the Splatoon in Grok, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Once, if you show what I've done to an LLM, he'll just make it work. He'll make it work, and it will be amazing. Listen, I can tell you this with 100% guarantee. Even if you don't use my system, if you show my system to an LLM and then tell him to write a book using it, it will work just as well. Like, it's really funny. You don't even actually have to look at it. You just go, use this. Write me a story about a barbarian who his family gets killed by raiders, and then he grows up to get really strong and becomes a slave, but then he beats his master up and he escapes with a big sword he found, and he gets even musclier and musclier and musclier, and his name's not Arnold or Conan, and then he defeats the Snake King. Just write it out really badly and then throw it in there with my system, and it will write you Conan without writing you Conan. It's actually really funny. I've been saying this for a while now, like copyright's going to be irrelevant very soon, because if I can write a new book tomorrow, what's the point of copyrighting the book I wrote yesterday? You still know I wrote it, right? It was my creation. So it's like, if I could do that yesterday, I could do that tomorrow. So it's irrelevant if you steal the thing I made yesterday. I'll make another one tomorrow. You see what I mean? When it took a year, stealing something, that's really valuable and bad. But when it's like quick, if you've got good ideas, you can write books so quick. You know, people will be literally, do you know what I'm predicting? I'm making this prediction right now, okay? No one is going to notice until every Netflix show that comes out has the same writer credit. Like, you'll look at it and go, do you know what I mean? You'll look at, you'll be watching Netflix and every single show is written by Jeff Smith. Who's this Jeff Smith guy? How does he write so much? He says, yeah, Jeff Smith has written 300 Netflix TV shows this month. What? That's ridiculous. How does he do it? It's probably because Jeff Smith isn't a real person. It's a pen name for their, AI profile. It's like Jeff Smith at openai.com, you know. Right. So Dragon Diffusion says, I'm exploring that method of showing Grok as I have a good deal with him until I get paid to push a load of cash on Claude. He's happy to use the method. What's it? But why doesn't it do it by itself? I mean, is it really necessary to be there telling it what to do? Yeah, that's right. You should be able to just click generate and then walk away and come back tomorrow and he's written you all these books about all these stories that are so great. Yeah, I wonder why that doesn't work. See, people will figure it out. People will figure it out. But at the moment, you've got an advantage to get in there early. That's the advantage. And, you know, you can do with that what you will. You know what I mean? Let's have a look at this image, shall we? Now this is more like it. We're getting into actual conceptual stuff now. So again, remember, we are using my Thora model, which I have only given a trigger for. In fact, did I even give it a trigger? Yeah, let's give it a bit more strength, shall we? If I say depiction of... Let's give this a bit more attention. Grok is bad-mouthing Claude, saying you have no prompts to control the rampaging as Claude rambles. I don't need to. Oh, he's dissing Claude and saying Grok is better. Yeah, Grok is programmed to say stuff like that. You know, he's programmed to be a bit of a boaster, which is fine. We like it. He's got attitude. It's called character. It's fine. Look at this. So we've got the Empire outfit with the face of the Thora Redblade, which is one of my private tuned photographic models, right? So it's a character, a female character. But yeah, this looks like it's actually just working. It's just working. Like, it's just given us exactly what you need to, you know, do all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. I'm going to put it into the opposite aspect ratio just to see what it does. It should still be working fine. Look at that. With all the, look, she's got all the aristocracy in the background and that. So yeah, photographic face of a, you know, photographic human face. Crazy pirate hat with like a clock on it. That's supposed to be a tiara, by the way, guys. That's a tiara? God damn. Oh, cool. Bucket. She's got that bucket on her head. Okay. All right. Right, now what happens when we put the bracket there instead, you know? So we've actually got the, because I was kind of taking attention away from the styling. I love the balance. This is where the hooks might come in handy, because you might be able to, like, use the mask to use the character Laura for the face only, or something. I don't know. So you could use like a different Laura weight combo for just one area of the screen, i.e. the face. It's another way of doing it. Grok quote: your friend's prompts and chapter-by-chapter method are excellent for your task. These prompts are concise, targeted, and Claude-friendly, ensuring high-quality expansion while keeping token usage down, I'm guessing. Now that's more like it. Now we're getting some look, because Thora has the eyeshadow. She has the 60s eyeshadow. So that's a perfect blend right there. God damn. I bet that'll look good when it's upscaled. So this is what I mean. It's possible to generate the images for the character lore in a number of ways. And you could even put this on image-to-image mode and use this setup for some of those classic photos we brought in. Ooh, that's actually a really good idea. I'm going to have to do that later. Because I reckon if I put in some Victorian stuff now, it's just going to go nuts. Let me see if I can't just sneak it in real quick. So it's going to be a load image. So we're going to convert this to image real quick. So, ooh, no, it's not going to be a load image. It's going to be an image prompt. Image prompt v2. And I'm going to use this, not this prompt. I'm going to use this prompt. I wonder why it changed it. Oh, that's the last one. Got it. Where's the sizes? Okay, so the sizes are there. We've got resize. Take that there. Really, it needs to go like here. Because we're going to replace that. Or bypass it. V-A-E. So, yeah, okay, alright. Because it's easier to just change this than transfer all the other stuff over to another one, so I'm just going to do it this way round. Right, so image resize, image. Okay, and then we want image size adjuster, which is the image-to-image version of aspect size. Look up the adjusted width and height to the width and height of a resize node, so you can see that's what it looks like. SDXL is 1024 by 1024. And then we're going to pick what is the name. Oh yeah, it's the oil painting thing, isn't it? Reynolds oil style. Okay, so let's get a preview so we can see what's actually been pulled. Put that over there. And then I'll need to put the denoise to like 0.8. And what else? Oh yeah, and then of course the model sampling flux when you switch over to text to image, from text to image to image to image. So we're going to have to just basically plonk these in here with a shift click and drag. And that's it. Done. Fixed. Sorted. We're in image to image now, I think. So it's going to make this guy with his horse. It's really low quality as well, look at it. So it's going to turn that into Thora in soldier outfit with the style of Empire. Grok is now rampaging. My trumpet solo I'm not saying Grok's the undisputed champ. Claude's a beast, and your friend's prompts are spot on. But Grok's massive context, token efficiency, and bold creative... That's great. Show me the book, then. You know what I mean? That's what I would say to Grok at this point. I'd just be like, awesome, show me the book. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Have I forgotten to hook up the Latent or something? Okay, the Latent's hooked up. Seems like something's missing. So I'm pulling in the thing. I'm doing the thing. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. It seems like it didn't... the boost is too high, guys. Way too high. Way too high. Let's try that again. Look at that tiara. The tiara is stupid. I'm going to take it out the prompt. Where is it? Ornate golden tiara. No. No. Silly. She's got a bloody radio antenna. Like valves and stuff. See, that was this. Come on, show me the thing. I bet it needs depth. Does it need depth as well? Is it going to be annoying and make me put a depth in here? I bet it does. I could always turn the denoise down, but I want it to be stylized. So we're going to add the depth in. What the heck? Don't do that. See, well, I just clicked on the delete button because it popped up where it was grey space before. Listen, you annoyance. Move. Okay. Right, Shaka. Set Shaka Labs control net. Depth anything V2. There we go. So there's the image, comes in here. So control net, loader, Shaka Labs, control net, apply, image. Condition. Like that. Apply control net old. What? Hang on. Oh. Oh my god, man. Come on. Apply control net advanced then. Fine. We'll do that one. Old. Man, makes me feel old. They've deprecated the control net apply. I didn't even know. Alright, so there we go, put that there. Now obviously for a negative we're going to need a 0. Conditioning 0 out. So usually I put it underneath just so it's obvious. You can obviously make it red if you want to. Right, and then we don't need to worry about the negative out, just the positive is fine. So put that there, and then bring the rest of it up, so the depth. Let's put that down there somewhere, put that one in. Get the VAE. Oof, missed. VAE. Control net. Set. That's what that one is. It's Shaka set. It's set to auto, but I'm going to change it to depth. Kijai had to fix it because it was shredded out the box. There we go. Yeah. So now we've got depth. We need to set the strength to like, I don't know, 0.6 probably is good. Shaka Labs with the Kijai nodes set. Yeah. Yo, Reese, welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, basically what I'm doing at the moment is actually quite interesting. What have we done? What have we done? We forgot the depth model. So, yeah, what are we doing? So basically, how do I explain it? We were doing some of my old work, okay, and we're using the prompt and the image, and then what we're doing is we are adding a style model I recently released, which goes with the prompt, okay, and we're using Shuttle Jaguar Q8 for this one. Shuttle Jaguar Q8, so that's a Schnell fine tune, and then we have my two Loras, GKG Soldier and Empire style, okay. And we were originally just doing image to image with control net. Oh, it's actually 0.7. Whoops. So we were initially doing control net. Oh, the 0 out. Oh no, it is connected. And we were effectively like converting it into this new universe that I'm working on illustrating at the moment. And it worked really well. And so I thought, oh, well, what about if we combined one of my photographic female characters with this style? And that worked really well too. So now what I've done is I've gone, okay, I'll take these Reynolds oil paintings, which look like this. Okay. And then we're going to apply my soldier character, Thora Redblade photo female, and the Empire style model over the whole thing. So it's like a big thing. And at the moment, because I want the denoise so high, 0.8, I've had to add in control net depth. And to be honest, I think it's a bit weak, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I might need to put that to 0.7. It's probably downloading it, isn't it? Yeah, it did. It was downloading. That's why it took so long. Obviously, I had FP32 and I've never clicked the FP16 before. Right. Loaded completely, so it'll be nice and quick. And then I want to show you something fun as my end of show, which might break. It's always the fun part of the show, we break everything. Okay, so check that out. It worked. Now, obviously, she's going to need an in-painted robot head, but that's working. Although the character train seems to have lost something, but it's doing a pretty good job, considering that's just depth. It's just control net depth. It's like a crazy sci-fi dystopian Victorian obsessed machine empire. So I'm trying to get a character that has a human face. Most of them just have like a block for a head. These have like a big old block. It looks a bit like a tall helmet, but it's the whole face, you know, everything's in there. And I got a new character that has a face, but it's more like a porcelain face, like Ghost in the Shell dolls type. Oh, this should be interesting. The dog always turns into some kind of quantum beast, so it'll be interesting to see what we get. But yeah, there's the upscale. The upscale looks a little bit better. The only thing I don't like about this is these old paintings. Sometimes it gets a bit confused, even with the depth model, about the other arm. Like, what's it doing? You know, that looks like she's breaking her arm a little bit. Like, it looks awkward. But anyway, it's just a little thing. Oh wow, that came out super nice. But look at the dog. Beep beep woof. Beep. I reckon it would be interesting to see that coming out in the other one. But yeah, I think we're going to have to put the shift back up, guys. I think taking the shift down was a mistake. We need 1.5 to get it to listen to the prompt. There we go. Go again. So yeah, nice. So let's see the Quantum Beastie upscaled. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Look, it's a steampunk dog, dude. It's like a machine dog made out of brass and stuff. What? It's so cool what comes out of this tech. It's just so cool. I don't care. It's just... Oh yeah, this is usually a good one as well. The Lord with his greyhound. And look at this painting of the, like, muscly... There's a muscly statue out, like, butt-naked statue in the background. Oh, wow. Ah, man, see, what I need to do is I need to use the mask to do the Thor Laura for the face. And then let, otherwise I think the models are fighting each other. Let's see. Yeah, you may as well not be there. It was a good experiment, but really it works best with text to image. And now we've made it image to image. It's just not as good as the other one. Look at that dog, dude. So you thought it was a normal place. You thought this, like, you look at it, you go, oh yeah, it's a person in an outfit. And then you're like, what the hell is that? What is that? Can we see it in full quality? Whoa. What is that? It looks very Warframe. Do you know what I mean? Like, the way everything is very Warframe, which is kind of fun. Kind of fun for me. Okay. So, bottom line. You're listening to 5below5.uk radio. I put this together with all the... Let's have a look at this. Model fighting sucks. Spends so much time trying to fix that between multiple control nets over the years. Yes, indeed it does. I'm thinking it might be something for the Laura patch hook, but I haven't done anything with my low jack flux. Yeah, it's a Geiger beast. I know, isn't it beautiful? But hey DJ, are you interested in putting chapters on all your live recordings? Could do one as a trial and see if it's good. Yes, I've been meaning to get round to it. See, my current solution is to download the live stream, extract the MP3, and then put it through Whisper. But mate, it's been a nightmare. So what I want to do is I found a way to download just the MP3, which I think is a good route from YouTube, I mean. So if I can get that to work, I might be able to get MP3s for every stream. And then, like I said, my original plan was Whisper the lot and then put it through an agent, you know, and give me timestamps and all that good stuff, or, you know, a summary of what, you know, that's what I want. I want, like, say there were 10 things we looked at in a 4-hour period. I need 10 timestamps to go in the description. That's what I need. Yeah, chapters, yeah. Hit me up in the DMs on Discord, my man. I'd love to talk more to you about it. You made a bot that does all audio visually, so not script based, but it does have script dialogue. It downloads the video, so visual too. Huh. I'd be interested to see what you did. Do you know what really is interesting about this whole AI revolution? Everyone does things differently. So, like, I'll be talking to someone who's done something I'm trying like now, and their approach will be completely novel, unique, not like other people might have done it. And so before, in the old world, people wouldn't bother making software because it's already existing, and they'd be like, oh, I can't compete with that guy did it already. And now what's happening is there's like 20 versions of the same software, but they all have unique features, and nobody's selling anything because everybody could just make their own anyway. it's really an interesting shift, and I don't think the repercussions of this are going to be fully felt for a while. Do you know what I mean? Because it is a paradigm shift in the way people consume software. Because you don't need to download. Say, I need to do a thing. What's the best software for X? That's not what you do now. Now, write me a script that does X, and it will write you the script, and then you just do it. So you don't even need those. You know, like, imagine how many image resizer apps there must be out there. You know? Yeah, Kijai didn't code 24 months ago. Yeah, I believe that. I can 100% believe that. Because the thing is, you know, I wrote a bit of code, but I wasn't a developer. I was an engineer. I would set up the back end so that the code could run. And I always used to joke, you know, I joke with a developer, you know, your code only runs because I set your server up. You know, it's like, that's what it used to be. But yeah, now anyone can code. It's like now anyone can make images. Now anyone can make music. Now anyone can make video. Now anyone can do 3D. Now anyone can write software. Do you know what I mean? What's next? All right, guys. Book 3 is done. Watch out for book 4. Thank you very much. I'll see you all tomorrow.